So let's see together what is wrong with this f4, guys. Let's see together because there are plenty of discussions out there and I want to understand better. So we will use examples. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thomas Love here. Today I'm in the Bat Cave. So Batman was so kind to let us use it to do a few tests here and there. So today I'm in this dark environment, and so I'm using only an LED light, and then the ISO automatic in my camera. This is set up to, let me double check, a few thousands here. It's like, oh, here it's, no, 320. So it's not so much because I'm using an f1.8 glass. Now, if I wanted to use an f4 glass with nowadays camera, I know everybody say always, not a problem. You can pump up the ISO, you can have external lights, you can manage. You can manage. The thing is that the real difference is when you are out running, gunning. And so if you go out and you are as simple as possible, like the setup that I have, which is one lens only by definition, and then anything that can fit inside a portable bag or a backpack. We will see together what is about the EDC kit. So I put together a few things: a great camera with good ISO management and a good AF tracking. A simple LED light from Ulanzi, there's the link down here. It's nothing special, it's just a few dozen bucks if I'm not wrong. And then a great glass, but an old glory. So I'm not looking after G or G Master glasses because that will increase the value of my EDC, and then I'm not so cool when I go around, because if you have like a few $1,000 hanging from your neck, like when I had the Leica. Well, in Vancouver, that was not a problem, but in Italy, in Milan, I would not go around with the Leica hanging from my neck because, you know, when you go out, but you don't know if you are able to go back together with your camera. And then an old glory glass, which is a Zeiss. Zeiss glass, to me, are among the best glasses ever. Leica, Zeiss, Voigtlander, whatever you pick, you're fine. This is a 55mm f1.8, which is one of the first glasses that they produced for the Sony E-mount, and it is still valid because it's still super fast for autofocusing, it's super compact, and it's quite fast. And so I was scouting other chances, other possibilities to switch to more modern glasses, such as the Sony 24-50, which is a G glass, but it's more than $1,000 value, and so it was not so appealing. Because it was appealing, we discussed already the G zoom glasses. If you missed the episode, please find it up here. It was appealing because when you're not zoomed, it's already at 50, and you zoom out to get it to 24. So when you have to record videos, it's zoomed out, otherwise you don't touch the glass and you can go around and have your street photography. I was scouting and I evaluated also the Tamron 20-40, which is an f2.8 glass. Same thing, if it's not zoomed out, it's at 40, so it's good for street photography. And when you need to record videos, you can zoom out to 20. But I was also considering another old glory from Zeiss, that is the 24-70 f4. Now, I was about to go back to my dealer, the local dealer that I found, which is a great shop. I will link the name down here if you are interested in. It's in Bergamo, so it's quite of a drive here from Leica, where I'm based right now, because I wanted to give back this 55mm and use as a one lens solid the 24-70 f4. In the very end, I did not do it because it would have been a bit of a compromise. So when you're compromising on glasses, it's alright, it's an all-around. But I remember when I was traveling to Nepal with my 24-120 from Nikon, there was an f4 throughout the whole range. That was good enough when I was climbing the Himalaya, but then when I went down to the jungle, well, it was not fast enough, and that camera was not good enough to pump the ISO. So in the very end, all the photos that I've taken of the rhinos and of the elephants in the jungle, they were hardly usable. And then I'm so in love with this 55mm f1.8 that I didn't want to give it back. So this is a keeper. This is a keeper. I will keep using it, and I will show you how it changes if we close it down to f4. Now, probably it doesn't change that much, right? Especially when you're recording videos, we have a bit more depth of field. It is not so darker compared to what it was before because I have a good light in front of me, and then eventually I can switch from S-Cineton to log. I don't know if you are familiar with this camera, the A7C Mark II. The base ISO in S-Cineton are 125 and 500, while with log shooting it's 800 or 3200. So it helps a lot in case you don't have that much light helping you. You can switch to log and use the base ISO at 3200. So it doesn't really change that much. You can still do everything. So probably that 24 to 70 f4 is still a valid choice, but you don't have the depth of field that you normally have. Now, I'm not used to shooting f1.8 because to me, you need to at least have the whole face in focus, and so too much of a shallow depth of field. Like if you come very close to the camera, right now it's super fine, even f4, but you see, you are missing anything else because it's way too dark, while if I move the way, it balances out with the whole environment all around, and so you have a little idea of where I am. Because if I'm telling you that I'm in the bat cave, but I'm also close to the glass, and you only see my face and everything else is dark, I might as well be in a closed room, and that's it, right? So guys, I hope this clarified a bit. We will have more discussions, we will have more examples, we will have examples of photos taken at f1.8 and at f4, because the bokeh, the depth of field, and the story that you're telling change dramatically the outcome when you're using a fast glass or a not so fast glass, but still a good all-round like a Zeiss. Yeah, now with not much light, because I directed the light towards a reflective surface instead of to my face. As you can see, it struggled a bit to acquire focus, but still, I moved back to f1.8. As you can see, now I'm reaching the minimal focus in distance, but it's so brighter all around that you can eventually... All right. And now I will be lost in the oblivion. How is the flare with this light pointing at the glass? Not so bad, not so bad. I have to say, f1.8 on a Zeiss glass and not a Sony camera, it's also rewarding. I think it's about 4000 ISO. I'm still in S-Cineton. I'm quite happy about the results. Guys, I think this camera is performing very well, and this glass too. And now we will move back to f4. There you go. It says that we reached the max of the ISO. It's 12,800 ISO, and it will eventually need more of an help. So I need a bit more. Yes, I will need much more light towards my face if we close down to f4, because it's a fraction of the light that would enter with f1.8. When you close down to f4, well, you need to be very well lit. Now we'll see. Also, the bat cave here, it's still blinking because it doesn't have enough ISO to compensate. I'm always in 1/50th of a second shutter speed because it's always 24 frames per second. So this is what I love. It's the empiric trials. So we try and we learn as we do things. So now we will move back to f1.8. There you go. And it goes back with the ISO value, which is 2500 now, which is still manageable. So with that, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please remember to like it, share it on social media, subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos to come, and I guess I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.